For any of you cheering for Select, give some noise up for him. The man who went 0-5 in his group, but it was the group of death, and showcasing that there is still so much talent of his that hasn't been revealed, is just going to be doing a typical wall-off at the front of his base, and the map we is Tal'Darim Altar. This is a very big, wide, spread open map, so it means little cute aggression tactics and small armies do not function well. All strategy revolves around taking more bases and having good large army management.
Yeah, and I mean, based off of what we saw from Select in the last game, really having his drop play in tune this morning, eating his Wheaties, I suppose, and we'll see if he's going to actually utilize, and with the drop play on a map like this, it can be even more effective than what we saw in the last matchup, because you can spread that Protoss army out quite a bit and make it very, very hard to be defending multiple expansions at once.
And I honestly think that a drop opening is going to be super effective for Select, especially on this map. I mean, the huge distances between the bases means that it's a much stronger pin on the opponent. Look at this Select just taking the opportunity to build, again, another supply depot, delay just a little longer. But it looks like he's realizing that depot is actually going to be low on health and doesn't want a probe to kill it. So he's going to go ahead and just build himself that barracks a little bit later, but still making sure not to have two SCVs off mining for long.
Yeah, quick little decision there by Select, as he will finish up this supply depot. Now, first Marine will come out, and then he'll chase away that pesky little probe over there. Meanwhile, SCV from Select is inside the base of his opponent, EG in control. The Cybernetics Core is going down right now, and we are going to be having that first Marine pop. And, well, we'll just wait and see what happens here with Select. He does not have gas, so likely... Oh, hidden probe. Didn't he get seen?
There's a probe over there. Oh, my gosh. Looks like Select actually did not see it. Oh, no. This could be huge, because in control, if he's a Protoss who studies his timings, knows that he can just hang out for a little bit, and around the 4-minute and 30-second mark, he can just poke in there and go, oh, yeah, there's a command center going down here, and can even double expand on one gate and oftentimes be quite safe.
So we'll keep an eye on that probe. We're going to have the first, looks like Stalker go out, and probe is going to make his way back over to the other side of the base, and he did check. Did he check again? No, he got spotted that time, probe. You're not going to be safe as the Marines do move over to take him out. No, my hiding spot.
Help. Poor probe. No one there to save him as he is in the trees. Select now, oh my gosh, is doing a style that we really don't see him do very much. He's going to be going for a 5 barracks play, perhaps. We see 4 barracks right now, but not a single gas geyser was seen that night. There's the command center going down, 4 in control. This 4 barracks play is a big, aggressive ground play. I would likely expect Select to take his own 3rd very quickly, since he's not teching to those expensive medevacs.
And we'll watch for that as the natural is going to complete here. We do have a Nexus going down for in control. He's getting his Warp Gate research out. He is going to throw down some Chrono Boosts on there. A second gateway going down as well. And he's only got the 1 Stalker out here. And he is going to be able to stop this SCV from making his way in. He will get vision of that Nexus being down. And the bunker at the top of Select's ramp will set him up for a defensive mode here as he gets ready for, what looks like is just going to be a nice little bio pressure early on.
Now, in control, this is a very dangerous move he's doing. He's getting a robotics facility with just 2 gateways. Because he got it so early, it means he will be able to get a Colossus by 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. However, if Select puts pressure on a little earlier, like at 7 minutes and 30, or even at 8 minutes, he can completely overrun in control, because in control is going to have so few other units. I mean, right now he has 2 units on the screen.
Oh, and this is going to be big. He does have vision of this tower. Oh, my gosh. So the Marine is going to go check it first. If Select would have walked right through there, it would have surely gotten spotted by in control. He's going to take it out there. And so smart, he checked both of the towers, and I think he's going to do this with the other 2 towers too. He splits off 1 Marine, goes to make sure that no vision is being granted to in control, and now he'll be able to go up here, and in control will have absolutely no idea that this is actually coming. Now, we do have several sentries at the top. but they don't have enough force fields, I think, to be able to hold this off for too long. And here comes what could be a really nasty push from In Control.
And it looks like In Control sees it. He's going to have to throw down some force fields, but no, they're not the force fields he needs. There's a better force field, cutting it off, and he throws down a fourth. Does he have enough energy to throw down a couple of more? It looks like he is so low on energy, morphing in Stalkers and Sentries, and wow, In Control might be able to pull the miracle, but Select is target firing these Sentries. In Control trying to pull back when these Stalkers are doing a good amount of damage, but Select is getting closer and closer towards that worker line.
And here we go, one more Stalker does go down. The Marines are only 5 strong right now. He did not pull any probes to help with that battle, and now another Sentry and the Stalker come back. Zealots will be warped in as well, and more Marines are beginning to rally here at the front, but nearly all the probes are in action now from the Natural. He's lost quite a few, and the Zealots trying to get some hits in there. He still has 4 Marines left after all of that, and even though he is still reinforcing, the numbers have gone down, but maybe he has done enough damage here that he can continue this pressure.
In Control trying to warp in more Zealots, more Sentries to try to stay alive. Those Stalkers there, big, strong units, deal a lot of damage to those Marines, but look at this. Select just trying to target fire the Sentries. Will he get the last one? No. So it looks like In Control has barely stabilized, but look what's been going on in the meantime in Select's base. Oh my goodness, 3 tech labs thrown down, stim started, 1 starport, 2 reactors getting thrown up, a 3rd command center. Select has bought himself a huge window of opportunity.
And he is going to have still another bunker at the top, and then another bunker coming in here. He's only got the single Marauder in here, so he is lacking some units. Now, In Control did head forward, kind of hoping to maybe take out any more Marine stragglers that were there. Wasn't really thinking probably too much about an attack, but we're also going to have the Observer come in and check out what is going on in Select's base. Possibly a little bit surprised at exactly what he's seeing. We've got the triple tech lab getting several upgrades there for the bio, stim, combat shield, the concussive shell, and also getting his upgrades, +1 weapons for his bio, while the 3rd is being made. And I do not think nope, the rocks are still there, so we'll have to take those down, but he is certainly in macro mode even after that early Marine pressure.
Now, in Control's position, he's going for a very long-term oriented play, getting the double forge. With any style of play, you always look for a moment where you can move out with a killing blow. In the last game, Select went for a Viking Ghost, big Marauder attack, and it was those ghosts that really led him through the pressure. But for In Control, his style is going to be the upgrades. When he's at 2-2, that's when he can start becoming aggressive. So that means that for now, In Control can comfortably expand, knowing, hey, it wasn't even part of my plan to be aggressive anyway. The question is, did Select pull too far ahead with those early attacks?
Right now we got some medevacs coming out for Select, already 2 on the field, 2 more on the way. That means not only can he have some healing for his army, but he could start some drop potential if that's something that he is interested in doing. Zealots are around the back of In Control's Natural, kind of anticipating the opportunity, or the possibility that we could have drops back there. The Twilight Council just finishes up. We've got some Immortals coming out, as well as 4 more Sentries right now. So In Control coming together with his own little army comp. We do see a scan there at the Natural. We'll spot pretty much all of In Control's army at this point, and it looks like another push could be inevitable. Now, I wonder if Select will just wait out here with the initial army, or just go on in and, well, it looks like he's going to go ahead and fire right up this ramp.
And it looks like he's advancing up, and oh, In Control has a much bigger force. Select getting a couple of those units pinched off, but the force fields backfire and lock off In Control's own army. There's the target fire picking off a morphing building. One of the pylons does fall. Will Select lose one of these medevacs? He does retreat safely in time, and now is dropped to the low ground for some more harassment.
Yeah, I do not think he wanted to necessarily engage right there. Select doing a great job dropping his units off to the bottom. Going to force field to try to trap those in, see if he can get the damage. The Immortals dancing around, not able to do anything there, so being somewhat ineffective. But I think one of the big losses there is that the Twilight Council, I believe it was researching Blink, that did have to be canceled, and he's going to have to remake that.
Cannot get ground or armor level 2 without that Twilight Council. So again, In Control's entire build style focused around upgrades, getting slowed, and still hasn't gotten a chance to take his own 3rd. Whether that trade was even or not for Select, it delayed that expansion, so Select is now going to get the chance to pull a little bit farther ahead.
We're going to have the Stalkers moving up. It looks like Pylon is going to be put down here. The aggression may begin. Looks like that's not the case because we have another drop up here. The Marauders are going to move forward, try to take out as many of these probes as they possibly can. The medevac there, sporting only 80 hit points. He's just going to go ahead and go right back into the main and keep this up. This time, In Control will be ready for it as the medevac is going to drop off his units. Zealot's already in position. One Marauder going down. The last two will be picked up. 24 hit points on that medevac.
This is an awfully bold pylon placement by In Control, planting it right at the front of Select's base, trying to make sure that he can start doing at least some counter aggression. A fourth command center now going down for Select. In Control finally getting that +2/+2 upgrade started at those forges, finally starting to get close to having 3 bases up and running. And even though this looks like a terrible situation for In Control, if he can get that big upgrade lead, he can easily win in a max versus max army battle.
Free pylon coming out here for Select. Takes it out no problem. You can see Select's got several ghosts in his army. I think he's just got 3 right now, starting to kind of pool that energy together. We'll have another scan, and In Control actually hiding several Zealots over on the side that will not be seen by the scan. We do have Blink on the way, nearing completion, and Charge is going to be coming out as well. And we will have another dropship medevac coming in here. Again, the Zealots are already there from In Control, so it'll be fairly ineffective here. And do we have anything else going on? Nope, that was just one of those singles. He's going to go ahead and use it off. Still saves that medevac and 1 Marauder. And we're going to see those Zealots return back to the army. Big spread on these units, fearing that inevitable EMP coming out there by the Terran. And it looks like Select floating over his 4th command center, getting that started.
Uh-oh, looks like In Control trying to sneak a pylon in, but getting spotted. Select responds immediately, doesn't want any Dark Templar to do any damage to him. Building a ton of barracks right now. We see that there are 90 SCVs out right now for Select, having a big lead in terms of economy, and even with those mules, we see that In Control is not actually as far behind as you might think. Looks like Select, though, is having so much money that he's even getting a 4th, 5th, 6th command center for more bases.
Yeah, wow. I mean, this is similar to what he did in the last game where he felt like, okay, my army is suitable. I'm starting to reach max. In fact, I have reached max, and now I'm just going to start getting my economy up to the point where it will be almost impossible to starve that. Now, he is going to be getting some planetaries over on the side because he's going to need to have some built-in defense there. And here, oh my God, a huge EMP and a second one going down. Almost every single Protoss unit losing its entirety of the shields, but they are going to continue to move forward. Some of those Zealots just sitting back there, not wanting to engage in battle. And we do have several units moving forward. There's the nice blink for the surround.
And Charge finally finishes in that entire battle. No Charge at all might end up costing In Control that entire battle. Select continuing to reinforce. In Control, despite having a huge 2-2 upgrade. Select is just a little too overwhelming. In Control, 25 seconds until that charge would finish, but as we see, 25 seconds is a lifetime. All those Zealots obliterated without dealing any damage. In Control trying to warp in more, knows that Zealots are excellent units against Marauders, but In Control definitely in an atrocious spot. We see that Select is doubling In Control's food, and now going to build some planetary fortresses in the middle for any sort of emergency backup defense.
Yeah, and that means he must be feeling real comfortable about what's going on. A lot of those units from Select were in the red, but as you mentioned, not having that charge is going to be a huge deficit for him. Going to be throwing some DTs into the mix now, possibly go around and do a little bit of harassment with those. We've got +3/+3 on the way, and also some Archons morphing in here, some more Immortals coming out as well. And right now we do see more DTs starting to head around the map, get any sort of damage down that they possibly can. Don't see any, there's one tower here at this expansion, not one into the northeast quite yet, and that DT will start hacking away here at that planetary. There's the scan. Planetary should be able to clean it up.
But it looks like there is no planetary fortress down here at this bottom expansion, but it looks like In Control now finding some extra SCVs down here. The Dark Templar at the top right has been cleaned up, but how long until Select notices that he is losing that worker line relatively quickly, but still lost 6 workers, and we're seeing that it looks like Select just going to go for a big push.
And here we go. We got the EMPs going off and everything. Shields are completely knocked out. This time, the Zealots do have charge. And they move forward to try to take out that front line. But the medevacs are hard at work healing up all of these units. The Mortals are going to get in position, but they will quickly be focus fired down. And the units are starting to deplete here for In Control. It looks like Select will move forward and start to do some damage here to the core of In Control's base.
And it looks like In Control saying, "You're in my head for sure." Dominating me. Select gives the happy face, and of course these players, great friends, giving the GG.